I mean, I'll take it. Now, I don't want to alarm anyone. Is your DeBrincat making too much noise all the time?
I haven't really prepared for this.
Hello and welcome back to another episode of Hawks Recap. My name is Clay. Thank you for tuning in. The Blackhawks just completed their 37th game of this shortened 56-game schedule. And, well, it wasn't pretty, but they got the job done. Blackhawks get the victory. Final score 2-1 over the Carolina Hurricanes. This is just one of those games where you look at the box score and you just question, how the heck did the Blackhawks win this one, right? They got outshot 32-16, 2-1 ratio. They won 36% of the faceoffs. Like, you're not going to win a whole lot of games with those types of stats. Now, to be fair, they were playing against the Carolina Hurricanes, who are a very good hockey team. They may not have had their best stuff tonight, but they're still very good. They're the type of team that I picked prior to the season to be in the Stanley Cup final. And they've been really, really good the past month. Their past 14 games, they've lost once in regulation and then 2 other times in overtime. Like, they've been super good. They have the best points percentage in the league, or at least they did prior to this game. I haven't checked after this game here, but like, they're a really good team. And to have this type of performance or stats against a top team like Carolina is a little bit different than having them like we did against the Nashville Predators. And that's really what made those 2 games really disappointing, to not only lose those games, but to play like we did. If we would have lost this game, like, yeah, it would have been disappointing, but it would have been a bit more acceptable because it's the Carolina Hurricanes. But thankfully, we don't have to deal with that reality. And a big reason why we don't have to deal with that reality is because of our future Calder Trophy winner and eventual future Vezina Trophy winner, Kevin Lankinen, who absolutely kept the Hawks in this game in that first period. Hurricanes could have easily ran away with this one. I don't think the Hawks knew that this was a 6:30 p.m. start time game. And to be fair, I didn't either. I thought this was a 7 p.m. start, like, most games. So here I am, just finished dinner, turning on the TV, like, I'm going to catch some of the pregame show before puck drop. Look at me, I'm a good fan. And here we are, 5 minutes into the first period. So, my bad. I apologize. I'm going to take the blame for this one. Thankfully, I didn't really miss a whole lot. The slow start didn't seem to really be too costly for the Hawks. Hurricanes had like the first 6 shots on goal. I think they led 8-1 at one point. Ultimately, they outshot the Hawks 13-5 in that first period. It was not a good first period for the Hawks, but where it counted on the scoreboard, it was still 0-0, and at the end of the period, the Hawks kind of started finding their momentum a little bit. And it ends up paying off for the Hawks early in the second period. First shift of the middle frame. Pucks in the neutral zone. Kirby Dach, who has struggled in the first 2 games. He's been back. Makes a great play here. Chips the puck by the defender along the boards. Creates a 2-on-1 odd man rush. Dylan Strome with the puck. He's got Mattias Janmark on the other side, but the defender's taking away the pass. So Dylan Strome, with his new dad powers, decides to just put it by the goaltender. Short side, and the Hawks are up 1-0 early in the second period. A couple minutes later, the Hawks would get a power play opportunity. Now, they had a power play in that first period, but it didn't really go very well. It was very reminiscent of the entire Nashville series. And to be fair, this power play here in the second period wasn't very good either, but they would find a way to convert on it anyway. The Hurricanes had a perfect opportunity to clear this puck and failed to do so, which is something we're more used to seeing from the Blackhawks and not our opponents. Pesce with the puck, kind of in the high slot area, holds onto it for way too long, and Patrick Kane just strips him of the puck, takes away, passes it to Alex DeBrincat, and he just pots it home. Easy peasy. Hawks up 2-0. After that, for the rest of the period, the Hurricanes were the better team, although it wasn't nearly as lopsided as that first period. Now, I had to leave with about 5 minutes left to go in the second period to go to my beer league hockey game. So I left when the Hawks were up 2-0, got to the rink, checked the score, second intermission, 2-1. Okay, let's see if the Hawks can hold on. Hurricanes score with just over 4 minutes left to go in that middle frame. Just one of those kind of weird goals, just puck luck type of goals. Brady Shea throws it from a bad angle towards the net, redirects off Svechnikov's stick, hits Kalynuk's shin pad, and goes in past Kevin Lankinen. Like, just one of those goals. Hockey will do that sometimes. And it's not really the type of goal like you can really be mad about if you're a Blackhawks fan, because, you know, especially with how that first period went, it's not really undeserved that the Hurricanes have a goal at this point in the game. But it's still a late-ish period goal, and it made it a one-goal game and gave the Hurricanes some momentum going into the third period, which, you know, is pretty scary as a Blackhawks fan, considering their struggles with keeping leads so far this season. Thankfully, I didn't really have to deal with the stress of the third period because I was playing hockey. But from what I saw, what I've heard, Hawks did a pretty good job. They limited the Hurricanes to 7 shots on goal. Not a whole lot of space, not a whole lot of things to do, and the Hawks found a way to hang on to this lead and win this game. This was a big win. They needed this win because the Nashville Predators won their game tonight in overtime against the Stars. The Columbus Blue Jackets beat the Tampa Bay Lightning tonight. Hawks had to win this game to kind of keep pace with those teams. Obviously, it wasn't pretty, and you know, we can't expect to get another win like this in our next game against the Hurricanes, especially if we come out as slow as we did in that first period. But ultimately, a win is a win is a win is a win, and you'll take every single win you get in the NHL. I wouldn't say this makes up for the series against Nashville. In fact, I'm telling you right now, it definitely does not make up for the series against Nashville. But hopefully this type of win kind of rights the ship a little bit, maybe gets them back on track. This was not a good month of March, and we knew coming in this was going to be a really tough stretch of the schedule. But it is nice to end the month of March with a victory and go into April, go into the final full month of the season with a little bit of positivity. And with that, I'm going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching this episode of Hawks Recap. I really hope you got some sort of enjoyment out of it. Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Like, share, and subscribe. Appreciate that as always. But most importantly, stay safe, make good decisions, and I'll see you next time.